Ooh, hello, and welcome to My Throat Still Kinda Hurts. So this might be either shorter or we're just going over um, some clips that I've made a couple in the past day or so, because I've actually been having fun. Kizuna Eye makes this game fun, um, because it's a small challenge and, you know, this game should be fun. Um, but yeah, so this person was also having fun, which is great to see. Alencia and Shu, very, very fun. I got rid of their least fun unit in Celalias, and they got rid of my least fun unit in Galalias. So the Laliases are just not allowed to play today. But yeah, it's good times. So Landy's gonna go first because I did change mine to speed. I'm gonna do a good amount here. I think I go into Alencia. I do. And this will trigger Blitica, which is wonderful. Arya is a problem, so I need to try to get rid of her as soon as possible. So I'm going to send her to the flowers, actually do much more damage than I thought she would do, and Celine explodes in the interim. Valencia's gonna get defense buff up for her. Shu doesn't get anything because, you know, she is unbuffable. But I'm gonna put back up the barriers and give everybody attack buff. She's gonna S3. I believe she hits Landy. But Landy is safe behind Abigail. So even though they're gonna proc the immortality here, I think we'll be okay. I should have gone into Shu just because Alencia is gonna die anyway. But I just wanted to, you know, kill her with Abby, I guess. I guess Kizuna gave her a little bit of it's funny every time, man. They're gonna S2 Landy as a last-ditch effort, but they do not get it, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure I could just control her with Blitica unless she decided to counter actually every single action I made this game. But we got to use Landy, and that also got me into Champion, which is great. I've gotten to Champion with Kizuna Eye, which in preseason, but I'll have to do that in the actual season. But I have faith in my ability to do so. Next up. Is this next up? Yeah, it is next up. Because this was up. Yeah, next up on the docket, a Lua picker. Lua LRK, Bellion, Bryceria, and LHC. I'm going to go for Kizuna, Bunnydom, Stene, LCB, and Nockwell. They ban out Nockwell. I get rid of Bellion because I would like to be able to use my souls today to kill LHC before they can do anything, which would be ideal. Because once LHC is gone, and LRK S3s, and Bryceria S3s, there's not really anyone left to do damage to my Stene. So I'm going to go ahead, get rid of the LHC. I also just happened to hit the Lua, which is great. I want to get rid of her as well because she is a pain. I'm just gonna get rid of her now so that I don't be like, oh, why did I lose? And what's actually fantastic here is that Kizuna Eye also did not get reset by the Lua. So Kizuna can, or did she? I can't quite remember. She did not. So I'm going to go ahead put a barrier up on everybody, and also heal the Stene back up. Stene gets healed up 2.7k, which isn't bad. And this isn't an attack buff by Syria plus the barrier. I was like, I don't think they're going to be able to kill Stene here, and they do not. So I'm just going to go into Bryce Syria for the foreseeable future. They're going to go into Bunny Dom, proc the LHC. I think I just S1 because I want the Vigor buff. So I don't need to S3 or anything like that. They're going to go into LCB, get the defense break. Not that it matters, but LRK is going to be able to S3 again. Let's just Soul Burn, get rid of 2 buffs, heal up the Stene, heal up the Bunny Dom. And now, as long as LCB survives, we should be okay. Because this will get her to counter. And we do get the counter, and this kills the, what's his face? And then I'm going to do this to gain back as much HP as possible. And now, no matter what they do, it is GG. So again, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a handicapped first pick in Kizuna, but it's not ideal, if you can believe it. This person, I was very happy. They went full evasion copium, so I decided to break out the big guns insofar as I brought Wanda and Arunka. So this is Wanda's first showing in a good long while. She's still good into evasion. But I'm going to push up the Arunka. And I'm going to go into the Aiden. Because this will still do a good chunk of damage to her, even though it probably won't kill, because it never does. Spez still has a barrier, so I'm going to go ahead and try to hit Spez. He does not dodge, because evasion is coping. I think I probably would have killed him even if I didn't hit him, which would have been fantastic. They are going to stun, but not strip the Zahak. And I am going to stun the Aiden, because I do not want her to go, ever. So I stun her. And do I just S1? No. I'm just like, Zahak being stunned really doesn't matter. Plus I'm saving my soul burn just in case they do land the seal and the blind on people. I can just S1 and cleanse all of it. They don't end up getting it. So now Arunka gets to feed on her second victim and eat the Arunka. Not the Arunka. Arunka can't eat Arunka. Arunka eating the Arwell, and then Wanda taking out the Aiden. I wish I didn't dual attack there, because now I can't S3 the Archdemon Mercedes, but I can Soul Burn S1, S2. And even if she got to go, the bleeds would destroy her. So that was a fun Wanda game. I enjoy getting to use Wanda every now and then. But usually there's too many AoEs in a fight for her to be, like, good. And then we have this one. This is in the same vein as the RT appetizer from 2 days ago at this point, where all of the debuffs don't necessarily matter. Also, I forgot that Elvira stops LCB's fighting spirit game. But that's fine. I'm going to do this, counter, cleanse, all that fun stuff. They S3'd into S3'd Zeo into LCB. Did a little bit more than half. They have 6 debuffs on me. And the Blitika's gonna go. And I was like, oh god, it's gonna kill me. It didn't. It did not. It did not kill me even a little bit. So Elvira's gonna go into LCB. Attempt to kill her. It does not kill her. So I'm like, okay, well, I just have to S1 and I get back like 90% of my health. So I'm gonna provoke this twink, this little boy. I gain back like a lot of health from Kizuna Celestine. Now I'm going to get rid of the AOL because she's annoying. This is gonna cleanse a debuff off. LCB's still defense broken, but they have like no damage other than Zio. I know, it's a pain. So if I can provoke the Zio, or kill him, ideally, then everything is all good. They're gonna provoke the A Tywin. But that's perfectly fine, because I am going to hit the Zio, push myself up. And then they try to provoke the Ed, but it doesn't work like that. One, I have 15%. Two, that's not how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the Zio. Even though he has Deify. It should be enough. So he's dying. I could have S3'd here, but I just wanted to S1. And now... No one hit Yuki's in a calm down. LCB, no one has any debuffs. Everybody is still alive. They just have not been able to kill LCB. They've been putting so many resources into everyone. Kizuna is very angry. But they've put so many resources into killing LCB and preventing her from countering, but she's still here. A Tywin gonna S3 soul burn it, defense break, and stun everybody because he ignores ER. I forgot to do that. Whoops. Yep, just S1. And then I S3 into the Elvira, and I think this actually gets me back to full HP. It sure did. All that damage initially, and LCB ends with full HP. She's so strong. She's so good. And then we have against Perfect Flaws. They did Fumir me, which is fun to see. The only notes I could give is, one, they first picked Lua. Two, I should have gotten rid of Lua. Because Stene really wouldn't do too much, because they would proc Lionheart Surmia regardless. And with Bunny Dom, I would more than likely cut them. So, you know, as you do. But having access to Lua's Soulburn to S3, not great. They're going to S3 into A Tywin to proc him immediately, which does also proc LHC. It does push back the Bunny Dom, which is an issue. But even with pushing her back, if they didn't have the soul burned S3, I think we would have been okay. Because Bunny Dom, because neither Blitica or Fumir would be able to kill the LHC through mitigation, so they'd have to focus on A Tywin first. And I would be able to push up LHC to go before everybody, but they're gonna get the defense break because it's Lua. They're gonna soul burn, they're gonna get the stun, and then yeah, there's just nothing. Not the Proof of Valor Fumir, interesting. But yeah. You live and you learn. But it's fun getting Fumired, because I know how fun it is to use Fumir. But yeah, everyone's. I let them beat me up, even though they did first pick and Soulburn Lua, which is like the lowest form of RTA. Kind of like how what I was thinking. Jump scares are like the base form of horror. But yeah, I let them beat me up, but I didn't let them get the kill, which is important. Let them beat you up, but don't give them the win. We could do these last two because why not? This one was fun. I went immediately into it, but they picked Melissa, and Melissa is fun to see. The thing that I like about it though is that they have to go into Abigail because Abigail is protecting Zahak. I'm not quite sure why they. I guess because I could kill Melissa with Abigail. But they're gonna try to kill her. Doesn't kill. I'm gonna push up the Abby, kill the Aiden, because Aiden is still an issue no matter what speed she is, how long she's been there, who she's with, everything. It's not great. So DDR can do his DDR thing. But much like before in the similar video, they are going to have to hit Ed eventually. They can't just keep ignoring Ed. They will have to hit him. So, it is just a waiting game of what can I do. Abigail down. It is a time matter, Melissa, as well, which you love to see. It's fun. It's fun getting to see someone actually use Melissa, which is great. Zio's gonna go into Kizuna. Because, again, they... Kizuna, calm down. Yeah, they do have to go into Ed eventually. And all I have to do is hope for good debuffs. On my end. Which I do get blind, which is very good because he misses. And now I can finally S3 into Zio because, again, he is the problem. Because he doesn't have any innate debuffs on his S1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then DDR has to debuff me. And the sleep always cleanses first, I believe. So I get a free attack back into everybody. Melissa, I'm not super scared of, because her S1 does technically have a debuff, and she is blind. She does miss, which is not great, but I did silence the DDR, who has to go into me again. I don't know why they soul burned to guarantee the sleep, but they did. And then I killed the DDR. So it was a good fight. Their name is familiar. They're a very good player. I think they're usually around High Champion, Low Emperor, or recall correctly. And then this one. This is the last one I will show you. I decided to get rid of their mitigation, and they had the same plan. Because all I have to do is kill this LHC, and then I have to kill the Rylet, and then I'm fine. Because technically they can't S3 with Knockwall, because that shuts off my LCB, which turns off their LHC. So they couldn't S3 with their Knockwall, which was immensely funny to me. But Zio's gonna go. Zio has to go into Karina, because if he doesn't go into Karina, then I get a very angry Karina. So Karina gets pushed back. She always gets pushed back. She never gets the silence, or vice versa. It's very, very rare that you see both of them happen. Knockwall, like I said, not going to be able to S3 here. because they got rid of A Taiwan, so they're just gonna S1 try to push back the LCB. So I'm just gonna. I think I just kill the knock wall because I don't want her doing anything. No one has immunity, so I'm fairly positive that if I kill the knock wall with the F3 and push everybody back, LCB can go into LHC, do a good chunk to her, and then Karina will be able to finish her off with an S3. Kizuna's going to give everybody a barrier and an attack buff. Do gain back a little bit of health with Karina. And I just S3 with the Lionheart Sermon, because I will eventually hit the Rylet. So let's just get rid of guaranteed damage. Because now Stene has free reign, and they do still have to kill Karina first. So they S1 into her. And I didn't actually know if this would kill or not. I think if I had any sort of mitigation, it would not have killed, because it only did 11k, almost 12k. But I am going to counter that, which is great. They're gonna S1 with Zio into Kizuna, which is fine. Doesn't do too much. I'm gonna Soul Burn this into the Rylet. Do about half. And then we just hope. Hey, there we go. Easy. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Do the YouTube stuff. I should say that at the beginning, but I need to get better at that. Love you all. It's 16666. That's the mark of the devil. Eat your peas.